just start the recording. So hope you have gone through with this screen as well, right? You are all aware with this, right? Like the source, staging, data warehouse, and cubes and all.
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
Prachi? And Monique, you are also, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So in case of ETL, we are doing this. I mean, in what is ETL? ETL is nothing, just a simple process. In ETL, we extract the data from source, load into staging area, then transform over here. Then finally, after transforming the data in staging area, we load into data warehouse. Okay, then cubes. So this is very simple process. Today we are going to learn little bit important topic related to the next version of this ETL data warehouse. Okay, I mean, we have completed till here in the previous sessions. Today we are going to learn more about the data warehouse. Okay, more about the data warehouse. That is really more important, because whatever kind of table you do have at your source, whatever table you do have at your source, those are, I mean, very basic kind of. Okay, whatever tables we do have at your source, at your prod server, those are the simple one, straightforward. Similar straightforward tables you will have over here in your staging area, but in data warehouse we will have two type of tables. Okay, we will have two type of tables. Got it? So those are really more important. Every data warehouse, every projects depend on these two type of tables only. We will play only on those two type of tables. Okay, and even all projects are depend on these two type of tables only. Okay, so we must be aware each and everything about these two tables. These tables are nothing, just simple, like if I'm saying these are two category of tables into data warehouse. Two category of tables. First category is fact tables. Okay, we will have a fact table. Okay, in data warehouse. Second, we will have a dim table, dimension tables. We say dim table as well, two dimension. Dim stands for dimension. Okay, so in data warehouse we will have two different category of tables. If we'll have in any data warehouse 100 table, so there would be two category of those 100 tables. Some tables will belong to the fact tables, like 20 tables. Okay, and 80 tables might be belong to the dimension tables, right? So in that way we always have in data warehouse the tables. Okay, so we will learn these dimension and facts. Both will not be covered in one session, but we'll try as much as we can cover. Okay, everything is really important in terms of real-time execution. Okay, I'll tell you with the example. Okay, with the real-time example I will explain each dimensions. Okay, we'll start from the dimension. Okay, so let me clear this screen. Okay, so when I'm saying two category of tables, okay, so Monique, what is the first category? Monique?
Hello? Yes.
Yeah.
Fact.
Function.
Fact.
Facts. Yes.
Two category of the tables, right? Fact and dimension we have seen, right?
Dimension. Yes.
We will have fact and dimension only. Okay, fact and dimension. So we will have two type of table category in data warehouse. Always be remember. Anyone in the interview can ask how many type of table would be there. How many type? They will not say like category. They will ask like how many type of table into the data warehouse. You will have to reply two type of tables, or you can add one more line, two category of tables we say usually, right? So first category is fact table, second category is dimension table, right? Will you remember these words?
Yes.
Okay. Now, next, we will have different type of dimension tables under the dimension category, right? Like the type 1, type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, type 6. Okay. So these 5 categories we do have here in this data warehouse. Okay. Every category, every type of dimension, okay, every dimension type will have a specific functionality. Okay, every dimension table will have a specific functionality, right? Like if I'm saying any table I define type 1, so there would be some specific functionality related to that table. If I'll define any table as a type 2, then there would be some other kind of functionality. If I'll define any table as a type 3, there would be some different kind of functionality. Type 4, another different kind of functionality. Type 6 is nothing, just a combination of, if you will add first 3, so what would be the sum of first 3? 1, 2, 3, right? Just try to add that. What will be the sum? 6. So type 6 is a combination of first 3. Okay. If we'll add all the functionality of type 1, type 2, type 3, that will become a type 6. So this is really, I mean, little bit complicated, but we will learn from stepwise. Okay. So easily we will be able to understand everything. So how many type of dimension tables we do have?
5 types.
5 types. Type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, type 6. We don't have type 5, anything, right? Because type 6 is a logical name, right? And this is containing the functionality of 1, 2, 3. That's why we are saying this as a type 6, right? Okay. Let's learn one more thing. We usually say these tables as a SCD type. Okay, so you might hear or might read, or in interview they can ask what is the SCD type and how many SCD type are there. SCD type is nothing, just S belong to slowly, C belong to change, D belongs to dimension. And what is the dimension? Here is a dimension. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm saying, I'm saying to you guys, slowly changing dimension, SCD types. Okay, Arpita, how many types of SCD types tables we do have?
We have here 5 types.
5 SCD types.
Yeah.
Because everything is screen. Only I want to tell you, like, if anyone will ask you anything like how many type of dimension table we do have, the answer is type 1, type 2,
5.
type type 4, type 5, right? If anyone will say the how many SCD types you do have, so
3.
question is same. Question is same. SCD type, we say these are the SCD types, right? So these are the dimensions and these are the SCD types. Okay. Now let's learn one by one. Okay, we'll start from type 1. Okay, and then we'll move type 2, type 3, type 4, and type 6 with one example only. That will help us. Okay, so let's learn by type 1 first. Who is comfortable on the ETL data warehouse architecture? Who will help me to tell that architecture?
That process flow.
Yes, the ETL architecture is a process flow only.
Okay, okay. First will be the source type,
Okay,
like
well,
flat files or MySQL.
1 second.
Oracle.
Let me note down. 1 second, ma'am. Give me 1
Okay.
second.
Yeah.
First would be source. Okay. Then what would be the second?
Second will be the like the staging area.
Staging area. Very nice. What would be third?
The data warehouse.
Very nice. And where will be CD types would be? Where?
It will be in the
Staging area, right?
Yeah. Yes.
These SCD types would be into a staging area, right, Monique?
Yes.
Monique,
Yes.
these would be in the staging. What you are saying, man? These would be into data warehouse. I told you guys, right? SCD type and fact tables would be always into data warehouse, right? Data warehouse will have 2 type of tables,
Yes. Yes. Correct.
right? Monique,
Yeah.
here we will have fact and dimension in data warehouse, right? Okay. So remember this, fact and dimension would be always in data warehouse. Okay. Always remember, nowhere else. Fact and dimension will be always in data warehouse.
Data warehouse.
Okay. Let's move to, let me clear this screen. Okay, let's move. Here is an Excel and okay, so here it is. Type 1. Can you see the complete whatever I'm writing over here? Source, staging, and data warehouse, right? Can you see this
Yes.
screen?
Yeah.
Data warehouse. We usually say sometimes it as a DWH, data warehouse, the short form, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is something like that. Source, staging, and data warehouse. Okay, we'll have these 3 tables. These 3 different type of stages in data warehouse. Okay, let's say we do have a table in source. Okay, in source we do have a table and let me give a name of that table as a employee, right? There can be an employee table.
Yes.
Okay. Now, and the column name of the employee table, like first column name can be employee ID,
ID.
then first name,
Name.
then there can be last name, then there can be location or city. Let me use a city. Okay. Very simple example I'm taking. We are learning first we are learning here type 1. Okay, what is that? Type 1. Type 1 is one of the category that comes under the fact tables, right? Am I right? Type 1 is a category which comes under a fact table, right?
Dimension.
Dimension.
Yes. This is this comes under a dimension, right? Okay. So we are going to learn type 1 first. Okay. So in case of type 1, if you do have any data available in a table, okay, let's say we'll have this table, same in staging, same table in data warehouse. Okay. Okay. Any issue?
No, sir.
Any doubt? No doubt? Okay.
No.
Okay, nice. Let me do some coloring. I usually like the coloring and all. Okay. And let me. Okay, now let me use this table everywhere. Okay. Copy this, paste this, and paste this. Okay, now we do have this employee table everywhere. Okay, and when I'm saying we are learning type 1 over here, means that type 1 would be into the data warehouse, right? Right? Type 1 table would be available into data warehouse, right?
Yes.
Okay, now let's say we do have one record in the source table. Where is the source? Source is at your production database, right? So let's add one record. Let's say employee ID 101. First name is Monique. Okay. Last name is, let's say, S, and city is HYD. HYD belong to Chennai?
Hyderabad.
Okay, nice. You all three belong to anyhow Hyderabad. Anyhow. Okay. This is Hyderabad. This record is coming from source. Now we will execute a job, ETL job, and that will load the same data in the staging. Okay. Data loaded in staging.
Okay.
Now, if there is a type 1 table defined, okay, so first it will check, like, is that employee ID exist over there in the table, in type 1 table? So if this record is here in staging, then after staging, where data will load? In cubes?
No, data warehouse.
In data warehouse. Okay, so after staging, data will load into the data warehouse. Okay, so before loading the data in any of the table, in any of the SCD type table, okay, these 5 type of tables, before loading the data, okay, it will always check. It will always check the key. Like, what is the key for this student employee table? Employee ID. So it will always check the ID column, like, is that employee ID exist in the target in the table or not? Okay, like here in our case, is that exist already? No. Okay, if this is not exist, then it will load the data directly into the table. This is SCD type 1 table. Okay, did you see any difference between source, staging, and data warehouse? Anywhere did you see when data loaded? Zero difference,
No.
right? Only one difference you find. While data will load from staging to data warehouse, it is checking the data. It is just taking a lookup like is there exist or not. If not, then it will be loaded directly. Okay, got it? Now next, after couple of months, after sometimes this user will move from this location to another location. Let's say this employee moved to Chennai or Pune. Okay, let's say you are working in Hexaware. Okay, you were working in Hyderabad. Okay, so your data in type 1 was Hyderabad, something like that. Okay, now you have shifted your location from, you have moved from Pune, Hyderabad office to Pune office. Okay, so new record will come. Okay, you will execute the job, and this data will be loaded. The same data will be loaded into your staging table. Okay, with the latest city. Oh, okay, now you do have this table over here, type 1, right? In the data warehouse, and this is your data. Now, if you will see over here, it will check first, is this employee ID exist? Yes, this is already existing. Okay, then it will check in which column there is update. Is there update in first name, last name, or city? It will check like there is a update like first name is matching same, last name is matching same, there is a change in location, right? In city. So what it will do, it will copy the location from your source, okay, from your staging, and it will update the location at the type 1 table, okay, in your data warehouse. Okay, did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Very simple, straightforward. Okay, if there is any update anywhere in the table, so that will directly, that column will change, nothing else will change. Okay, only that column will change. After some time, let's say this user got married, okay, and his wife said like your name is not good, let's change your name as per my choice. He changed his name, let's say for an example SINGH. Okay, so this record will come into the staging first, right guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Now what will happen, this was our target table, right? Data warehouse table. Now it will check, is this employee ID exist already over here? Yes, this is already exist. Now it will check like where is a change, first name is same, city is same, there is a change in last name. Okay, so what it will do, it will copy the last name and it will update the last name in the type 1 table in data warehouse. Okay, so did you understood? There is two logic in type 1, two logic. If the record is coming first time, then it will be loaded directly, blindly. Okay, if there is any change later on, if there is any update in the record, in the existing record, then it will update that particular attribute. Like if there is any change in the last name, the last name would be update. If there is any update in the city, then the city would be update. Okay, did you get this type 1? There is two different things only. First, if the record is coming first time, then that would be direct load in a table. If there is any update in the column, in any of the column, only that particular, that specific column would have update only. Okay, is this clear? to all of you?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Now, let's move to type 2. Okay, type 2. This is more important. Type 1 and type 2, these two types you will find in 80% of projects. Okay, in the companies. But we will learn everything over here. If you will find or interviewer will ask, at least you will be able to reply. Okay, but type 1 and type 2 is those two kind of the tables which you will find in every data warehouse. Okay, without this you can't imagine the data warehouse. Okay, now let's move to next, type 2. So if any doubt over here, you can ask me, you can stop me, I can explain more one more time if you have in type 1. Otherwise we'll move to type 2. Can we move? Are we good?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Let's take a same example for type 2. Okay, same example. Let me copy this, the first 3 lines, and paste over here. Okay, so now we are going to learn type 2. Let me remove the records from the target tables. All okay, now we are, let me remove this as well as of now. So guys, remember one thing. Okay, we are going to learn type 3. So remember one thing. Okay, we are going to learn type 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Here I'm going. So if we are working on type 2, it means whatever table structure we do have in your source, in your staging, and in your data warehouse. Okay, like in case of table type 1, what was the difference in table structure? Was there any column difference in source target anywhere? Was there any additional column? There is any less column, extra column? Did you see anything like that?
No.
Right? Okay. Here, in case of type 2, you will have 3 extra columns in data warehouse. Okay. In case of type 2 dimension table, you will have 3 extra columns in a table. What all those columns? First is start date. Second is end date. Third is active flag. Okay. So these 3 extra columns would be in type 2. Okay. Did you get this point?
Yes.
Okay. Now, now let me first tell you the purpose of these 3. Okay. Then we'll start to load the data. Okay. So the purpose is whenever this user, this was the user, he was staying in Hyderabad. So from when he is started to stay in Hyderabad, this date will come over here. Okay. Or whenever this data will be loaded here in this table in the data warehouse, okay, this start date will be this. Okay, when this user will move to the next city, okay, then that date would be an end date over here, and the next date would be the start date for the next record, and the active flag would be the current state record. Okay. Okay. So start date would be like when this record came into the data warehouse. Okay. And date when he stopped to stay this in this city, and active flag means is that user still staying in this current city or not, like that, right? So this is something, the purpose of these three columns. So let's learn in a appropriate manner with the example, so you will be able to understand the actual picture. As of now, you would be confused. I can easily understand. Okay. Be focused on the example. You will be able 100% now. Okay. Okay. Let's see. You do have this record in your source database. Okay. Now you will execute the job, ETL job, and this record will be loaded in the staging area. Okay, in staging you will have the same record. Now what will happen when you will see, like, this is a type 2 table and data warehouse, and first you will check, like, is this employee ID exist or not. If this employee ID does not exist, then it will take all the records, or it will take the record and it will have all the value in respective columns. And what it will do, let's say you loaded this record in 1st of January 2021. So the start date would be 1st January 2021. Okay. And date, we don't know till how long that user will be in this city. So that would be blank. That can be null, and that can be a future date, too much future date, like 0101 and 4 times 9s, 4 times 9s. Can we see that here? No, we cannot see, right? So anything can be there, and it can be null. Okay, for active flag. Okay, so this record just came, so this is active. So we will mark it as 1. 1 belong to active and 0 belong to deactive. Okay, so end date might be null, might be blank, or any futures date like this 01, 01 and 4 times 9. Okay, so this is very long date. Okay, 9,999. Will not see that date until unless we will be here, right? Okay, so guys, this is something how we use these three columns. Okay, if you loaded this data in today's date, so start date would be the today's date, end date would be this, the futures date, or blank or null, and active flag would be 1. Okay, did you get this? How we are entering the data in these three columns? This is really more important. Are you clear with it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's move to the next step. Next step was this user moved to Pune city. Okay. This user moved to Pune city after some time, after a couple of months. Okay. So the same record will be loaded into the staging, right? Okay. In staging, we will have this record. Now, before loading into the data warehouse, it will check like, is this already exist? Is this already exist? Like this is our target table. Okay, type 2 table. Now, first we'll always check, like, employee ID exists or not in target. Yes, this is already exist. Now it will check what is the change. Like it will check, like, first name is same, last name is same. There is a change in city. Okay, there is a change in city. So what will happen in case of type 2? It will take the record from the staging and it will load into the data warehouse in the same table. Okay. In the same table, we will have both record. Okay. Previous record and the current updated record. But here is a catch. Like as I told you in the before this step, in the previous step, I mean the current loaded record would be always active. Okay, for that particular specific ID. Okay, let's mark it as an active record. And next is only one record can be active for that ID. If there is an employee ID 101, only one record can be active. So we have to mark the previous record as deactive, 0.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
End date must be changed, no?
sorry.
End date must be changed for.
Yes. We are coming on that. We are coming. Okay. So here, what we will do first, this record is loaded now. Let's say on 21st of what second? Yeah, my table. Let me adjust my table. One second. Yeah, sorry. Okay. So next is start date. So start date is something whenever this record will be loaded into your table. Okay. Like this record, this updated record came into 31st of March 2021. Okay. So start date would be 31st March 2021. Okay. So this record came into this on this date. So this would be the start date. Whatever would be the start date of this latest record, that will become the end date of the previous record for that specific employee. Okay. Did you get it? And as this is an active record, so end date would be a futures date, null, or can be blank. Got it?
Oh.
Okay.
So Yogesh, like that 31/3/2021, that is the date when the city changed to Pune in the data warehouse.
You can say like this, the first one, okay, the first record loaded into this data warehouse. This record came, okay, without any date, okay. Whatever record is coming, there is no date column, right?
Yes.
So we are uploading the date when we execute the job and on which particular specific date we loaded the data. Like we loaded the data into data warehouse on 1st January 2021, on first time. Okay. Next time we loaded this data into the data warehouse on 31st of March. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay,
that,
okay.
yeah. So
Okay.
that is even there is a second case as well. If you are getting any start date with it, any start date you are getting, then you can upload that. If you are not getting any start date, then your current date of that particular load, that will become a start date. Okay. Here in this case, we are not getting any start date. So whenever data will be loaded into the table, so that particular specific date will become a start date. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Monique,
Yes,
I'm not,
yes.
no doubt. I'll ask.
Yeah, got it.
I will ask later on then. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's move to the next. Okay. Now I'll ask one by one. Okay. I'll take 3 examples for type 2. Okay. So let me see who will be the lucky one. Okay. So next record is coming like he moved from Pune to Delhi. Okay. So who will help me first? I want to load this data into data warehouse. Who will help me? Raise your hand.
Yeah, I will do.
Okay, Arpita, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So in data warehouse, what would in staging, what would be the record? How
The same. It
the
will be
same.
same.
It will be same. Okay, nice. Next, let me copy
So
this as it is first. Okay,
yes.
let me copy this. Yeah, tell me now.
So the first one will be the Hyderabad will be as it is. Now
Hyderabad will
suppose,
be as it is. Okay.
yeah. Now the second one, suppose it moved to data warehouse on 31/05/2021. Then the
Okay.
end date will be changed. It will be no, yeah, it will be changed to 31/05/2021 end date.
Okay.
Active flag will be 0.
Mm-hmm.
Now third row will be added with Delhi.
Okay. Like this.
Yes.
Okay.
And start date will be 31/05/2021.
Okay.
And the end date will be something like null or blank or that 9999.
Yes. Always use these three words. Always. Okay. Because any from these three you will get any value in any project. Some projects will have null, some projects will have blank, some projects will have a futures date. Okay.
Okay.
If at any project they are using null, it means that would be applicable throughout all the tables. Throughout all table will have a null. Okay, for future date.
Okay.
If they are using null or they are using future date, then it means future date will be applicable for all the tables, for all the records. Okay.
Okay.
What next?
Next will be 1, that active flag.
Okay, nice. Thank you, Arpita.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
next, let's move one. Let's take two more example for this. Okay. So if this user, okay, changed his name from S to Singh, let's say for an example, okay. So Monique, what will be the process? What would be the next step now? We do have this record in source.
Okay, this will be into staging.
What would be change in staging?
Nothing will be changed. Same
Nothing will be
copy.
changed. Okay. What next? Let me copy this first. 1 second. Okay. Tell me. What
So
next now?
the name, last name will be changed
Here,
in the
I need to change here, right?
data warehouse.
Right?
No,
Can I
total
change?
3. Total 3.
Sorry?
Can't we change? Can't we change this total 3? I mean, shouldn't we? Because the name is the common thing. No? So
Yeah, I'm just asking, do I need to change somewhere name in
yes.
any of, I guess, okay, let me change SINGH. Okay, third one. Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
My query is, can't we change in all the three last names?
Yes, we can change in all three as well, like this.
But what system
You,
takes is matters.
you,
No?
you,
That's
you
what
are you are the owner of this. You can change anything. Just use update query. Okay, like this, you
okay.
can change. What else you want to
Okay.
change?
Next, values. Okay, and
We can't change the date because
yeah.
nowadays, sir, we will continue having the same thing after changing. No proper date to
That's
mention.
it. No?
Yeah, because for that date the name was S only earlier. Later is changed to Singh.
Mm-hmm. So what should be the right approach for this?
So only in the fourth row it will be changed to Singh, and the date will be reflected, and the active flag
So,
also will be reflected.
yeah, what actually data warehouse take is matters. No, but in real time perspective, I was thinking one point. So let's.
Okay, let me add one point. Okay, whenever there would be any change against any record like 101, 101 already exists. Whenever there would be change, whenever and whatever would be change, whatever any column, there would be one more record would be added for the latest record. Okay, so there is a change in the last name, right? It will compare. Okay, it will compare with the active one. Okay, only one will be active, like this one. Okay, it will check like this active record, the last name is S, but here is last name is Singh. So there is a change. If there is any change in city, last name, first name, so what will happen? It will always add one record in the target. Okay, always it will add. It will not touch any existing columns data except these three. Okay. These three extra we added. So these existing columns, we will not change anything. These are the historical data. We are capturing the history of all the records. When like during this date, the data was this. During this date, data was this. Okay, we are capturing the history. We cannot change the history. If our Prime Minister in 2021 in 2001, if our Prime Minister was Atal Bihari Vajpayee, can we change? Can we change as Rajiv Gandhi in 2001?
No.
Right? History cannot be changed or for any of the record. This is the history of this record. We cannot change the history of this record. Okay. So if there is any change in any of the record, we will add always a new record. Okay, then we need to update the data against these columns. Okay, so now Monique, tell me what would be the data? Like you updated this on 15th of July. Okay, so what would be the data in these three columns?
So same 15 July. So the start date would be 15 July and end date will be null. I mean, like that one.
Okay. Okay, like we are using here the future date. So let's use the future date.
So null.
Same.
Future date, and the active flag is also 1, I think.
Okay. Yes. What else? What else we need to change?
The end date. End date of
so whenever we will add a new record, okay, whenever we add a new record, then we add as per the logic, and the previous active record we will update the end date. Okay, we will update the same date as end date and will mark the active flag as 0. Right? Because one record can be active at once. You can be in one location at one time. You cannot be at two locations at one time, right?
Yes.
Now, let's take one more example. Okay, this would be the last example for this type 2. Okay, let's say this Monique again coming. Okay, Prachi. Okay, this record is again coming. Okay, now what will happen? Tell me.
It will be load like that only, no? Nothing will be changed because we have update from in the last table in the data warehouse.
Let's say this record was came in 15th of July. Okay, in 15th of July this record came. Now on 15th of August again this record came. Then what will happen?
Nothing will be changed. It will be same because of the end date is infinite. We don't know the confirm end date, na?
Okay, so process would be like this data. This is your source data. This will come first, your staging. Okay, and after staging, like you have this data in your data warehouse, okay? Then you will check, you will compare the active record with this employee ID. Like this is the active record, okay? It will check like what is the first name? This is same. What is the last name? This is same. What is the city? This is the same, right? So if there is no change in the record, so there would not be any operation on the target table. Okay? If there is no change at source side, then in the target there would not be any change. Okay? Got it?
Okay.
So this is type 2. So hope you get the logic of type 2. Okay? Type 2 will always create a history of that particular record. If that record will loaded in a data warehouse 100 times, so 100 records, 100 rows would be available into that specific table, and the latest record would be there, and that latest record will tell about the current state of that particular employee or particular table or particular record, right? Are you all clear about this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Any doubt? Any single? Because this is a table which you will use in future a lot.
Okay. Yogesh, like suppose there is no change in any of the column values
Yes.
from the staging to the data warehouse. So then only a single record will be available in the data warehouse. But suppose there is two changes, means there will be two records in the data warehouse.
Okay,
Even-
you mean to say like whenever record is coming, okay, like in the same example, let's see at the top, okay, when this record came first time, okay, it loaded into staging, and then one record will be loaded into your target, okay. Then after a couple of months, the next record came, there was a change in city, okay.
Okay.
In city, then if there is any change on the existing record, like if it will check like 101, yes, that was available, and there is a change in city, okay, he moved from Hyderabad to Pune, it will add a new record always, okay.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
So it will always add. And just one more thing, I forget to tell you one example, okay. So like if this is a Monet, okay, the same example, let's say, okay, and there is two change, like first name, let's say Monique -1, okay, and he moved from Delhi to Chennai, okay, let's say. So what will happen in staging? The same record will be loaded in staging. There is no change. That is a direct move, okay, direct map, okay. Now,
Yeah.
who will help in case of data warehouse? Who is more confident?
Yeah, that is copied same Maunik -1 and Chennai will be in the same record
So
Like
below that.
here,
Fifth row.
okay, Monique, like see
Yeah.
here two changes in this record. Like first change is the change in first name, like the active record. It will compare with only active record. Okay, like Monique.
Okay.
Here
Yes.
is a change with Monique 1. Then it will check
Yes.
the last name. Last name is same, but
Yeah.
city is different. So two column has changed. Okay. So will we
Yes.
add two record or one record here?
No, one record only.
one record.
Yes.
One record.
Very nice. So we will add only one record. So it does not matter how many columns will have a change, right? Okay. Let's say it
Yeah.
added on 10th of August. Okay. So this will become an end date of previous, and previous record will be a deactive and current will be active, right? And here the end date would be something futures date. Let me copy from the above record. All clear?
Yes.
Nice. I will have one more example that is little bit related to these kind of things only. Okay, then will be done all scenarios related to type 2. Okay, next is this user again move back to the hometown. What was the hometown of this? Hyderabad. Let's say first it was staying in Hyderabad, right? In first record, right guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Now he moved back to Hyderabad. So what will happen? Prachi,
Again, one line.
sorry?
So wait, so one more record will be maintained in data warehouse
Okay,
because he moved
but Hyderabad, like you can see, Hyderabad is new, and but this is already existing Hyderabad. Like everywhere we are checking, like let me use the same record, whatever was there, Monique as HYD. Let's say there is a change. Okay, so what will be first? So don't go at the last step directly. First load the record into the staging. Okay, like in this way. Okay, now this is here. Okay, now you will see. Now you will see like this is, let me copy this table. Okay, now you will see, you will first try to identify like, is this already exist? Yes, already exist. Okay, now you can see like, is there any change in the record like Monique as HYD? Monique as HYD already exist. Then what will be happen? What will happen?
Only the date will change and the
Sorry.
Hello.
Yes.
In SAD type 2, we should maintain historical data. For that purpose, the person
Yeah, we are maintaining the history like this record is already exist. So if there is no change, like we already see, like if there is no change, then we don't update the record, right? So we can see like there is no change, right? Then why we will update or add any new record, right?
because he changed the city.
But that city already exists, right?
But we have to maintain now because we have maintained historical data. We can't delete that history from data warehouse.
See how you update the history, how you maintain the history based on the first. What is the logic? Logic says first we'll compare the employee ID. Employee ID exists? Yes, exists. Then it will compare the data of the column. If data is same, then we don't do. Then we don't.
Yogesh,
It
Yes.
will maybe.
we'll compare with the last record only, no?
Yes. Thank you so much, Monique. Yes, we always compare with the active record. We always compare with the active record. We don't care about the history about it. Okay, we don't care what is in the history. So if we'll compare this record 101 with this active one, then it will check like Monique, first name change, last name change, and city change. So it will add new record. Okay, and it will add a date, like let's say 15th of August, it is added. Okay, that will, and 15th of August would be a end date of the previous record, and the end date of current record would be the futures date, and it would be active, previous one would be deactive, right? Clear now?
Yes, sir.
So in interview, they can ask you guys, okay? These questions from whatever we have discussed, they will ask these things, because whatever I covered for type 2, I covered each and every scenario. If they will ask one, if you are going to give any interview for ETL data warehouse testing, at least one question you will have from type 2, at least, okay? And what they can ask, they will ask whatever we discussed from these, right? So this is something type 2, and type 2 is something which all projects will have this type 2 table, okay? So how you will be aware like this is a type 2 or type 1, type 4, okay? So you will not be identified. There is no any kind of thing like you will be identifying at the table in a database. You will get a mapping document, and mapping document will have the detail like this type, this table name, like the employee, this is type 2 table, okay? Employee detail, this is type 1 table, like that, okay? You will get the detail into the mapping document, but after getting the detail, you will apply these logics once you will start the execution, okay? If type 2 table is there, if there is a new record, that will be added. If there is any update in the existing record, you will add that. Always you will add that. You will maintain the history in the using these 3 columns, okay? They can ask you the difference between type 1 and type 2. The type 1 will have always the latest record, but type 2, we have the latest record as well as the history also, right? Right? Type 1 has the latest record always, right? We are just updating the same record, right guys?
Yes.
Okay. And type 2 has the latest record as well as the history, right? So how much history, how many, that is no limit, okay? If you will have 100,000, lakhs, million, billion, you will have everything, right? Let's move to next. Can we move to the next?
Yes, sir.
Anyone?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Incorrect name. Type 3. Okay. We are going to learn type 3. We will be using the same example. Okay. Let's use the same example. Okay. Okay, we are going to learn type 3. Okay. So we do have this employee table. Okay. Now, type 3 is something easy compared to type 2. Okay. That is somewhere staying between type 1 and type 2. Okay. So, in case of type 1, what happened? In case of type 1, what happened? Arpita, what happened in case of type 1?
Yeah, type 1, only the latest record is put in the data warehouse and the history is not maintained.
Yes.
Okay. Nice. Monique, in case of type 2, what happened?
So we keep all the records of the history by updating.
Sorry, I didn't get
We
it.
keep all the records. Yeah, we keep all the records of history.
Okay. We keep all the records of history, and what else?
The updated ones.
The updated one.
And
Okay.
other
All the
name like
active data and
the
historical data is
date
maintained.
and this one. No?
Yes, those are important columns for that.
Yeah,
You must
date
highlight
and
those as well. Okay. So what all those? Can you please?
start date, end date, and active column.
Very nice. Okay. How to maintain that? How
In
do we
data
maintain that?
warehouse.
No, I mean in data
No,
warehouse we
okay.
are maintaining how data is getting populated into those three columns.
By flag, status of flag.
Automatically is okay.
Yes, I mean whenever you are loading the data in a table,
Mhm.
okay, then
Yes.
that particular date would be a start date, end date would be null, blank, or futures
Yes.
date, and active flag
Yes.
would be one for that. I mean,
Yes.
in
Yes.
that way, you have to tell if someone will ask,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And if there is any update after certain time, then you will add a new record. Then that new record will be active, and end date would be futures or blank date. Start date would be that specific date, and previous record will mark as deactive, and we will update the end date in that particular column, right?
Yes. Yes.
Got it?
Yeah. Got it.
Okay. So we are much clear about the type 1 and type 2. Okay. So why I'm emphasizing on this, because it is something help you when we will be learning type 3 and type 4. Okay. If we are very clear on this, okay, so it will help in type 3 and type 4. So what it means, guys, it means your type 1 will have a latest data only. Type 2 will have the latest with your history as well, and maintaining the history also using those three columns: start date, end date, and active flag. Okay, you can explain those three columns. Okay, now in case of type 3, okay, we'll have a very specific things. Sometimes in some of the projects you have start date, end date as well. In some of the project you might not. Okay, in some of the project you might have the start date, end date in case of type 3, and in some time you might not have that. Okay, so let me start it to give you the example what happens with type 3. Okay, so let's have basic one first. Okay, so like if this is a city dimension or employee dimension table in a data warehouse, okay, so we will have two things over here, two type of columns, like current city, okay, current city, and previous city. We'll have one more column as a previous city. Okay, now if there would be any change in a city, okay, there would be any change in a city, then that will reflect over here. Okay, let's see. This is our data in source. Let's say this is loaded directly into the staging. Now we are moving this data into the data warehouse. Okay, then how it will be loaded? First, it will load the employee ID in an employee ID column. Okay, then first name, last name would be loaded into the first name, last name column. Then here is two columns, two extra columns. Like what is the current city? Current city is whatever you are getting in the data, right? just load that into the current. Okay. Okay. Your previous city is blank, right? Because we don't have things, we don't have data. So this is when record will come first time. Okay. Got it, guys?
Yes.
Okay, nice. Now, next time, when there will be any update in the existing column, like the city changed from Hyderabad to Pune, okay? The same record will be loaded into staging, okay? Now, from staging, this record will be loaded in your target table. How it will be loaded? Okay. Now, see, here we will be loading this data. How we will load? How we will load?
Current city will be Pune and the previous one will be Hyderabad.
Okay. Are we going to add a new record, or we are going to have over here only
Over there.
in the same record?
Yes.
Yes. Anyone? Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone? No?
Yeah,
No,
okay.
Okay.
That's
So this is very simple. Okay. If there would be any update, so first whatever record is coming, just use the same record. Okay. And whatever was the previous city, okay, current city is Pune now, so let's use the current city as Pune. And what is the previous city? Do we have that data?
Yeah, Hyderabad.
Hyderabad. Okay.
So what
Now,
if he changed 3 times?
sorry.
If he changed from Hyderabad to Pune, Pune to Mumbai?
Yeah, we are coming, man. Hold on. Have a little patience. Okay, like next time he moved from Pune to Delhi. Okay, from Pune to Delhi. Now, what will happen? The same record will load into the staging, right? The same record. Now, when this record will be loaded into your data warehouse, this type 3 dimension table. So first it will load this data. Okay, it will be updating. And now, can anyone tell me what is the previous city for this?
Pune.
Pune. So what it means? It means type 3 capture the history for the previous record only, not before that. Okay, it will have a latest record and the previous record's history, and before the previous one there would not be any kind of history. Why? Because we are keeping the history in one column only. There would be one row, right? So in case of type 3, we will have a one record as a history. Okay, we will have the previous version of history. Okay, but before that we will not keep that, right? So anyone, let me use this. Okay, now he moved from Delhi to Chennai, or let's say Hyderabad. Chennai first. Okay. So if this record will come, then what will happen, Arpita?
Then the staging will be the same first.
Okay. Okay.
Then in the data warehouse, it will be current city will be Chennai and the previous city will be Delhi.
Nice, perfect. Okay. So current city would be Chennai, like this, and previous would be Delhi, right?
Delhi.
Right. If you will have further any update, I mean, it will have a two version of records, current and the previous one. Okay. Type 3. That's why we rarely use this type 3 in the projects. Okay. We rarely use. So you understood type 3? Anyone has any query on this?
So if one project is there, we can use many slowly changing dimensions are there, na? We can use many dimensions.
Sorry?
Suppose we have chosen type 2, slowly changing dimension. In particular, for one table, two tables, we can use other first type 1 and type 2 as well in other table.
Yes, if there is 100 table in a data warehouse, so out of 100, let's say 20 are fact tables, 80 are dimension tables. So those 80, like 10 can be type 1, 20 can be type 2, 2 can be type 3. I mean, any kind of dimension table can be there.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So are we good on this type 1, type 2, and type 3?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Yogesh, one doubt is there. So here in the type 3, we are capturing the previous city information with respect to the previous record.
Right.
But suppose we want to store the first name, last name, or like some other column information.
No. When we are saying dimension, there would be a specific dimension. Okay, I gave this example like employee. This is a generic kind of example. There would be an example like city is a dimension table. So under that city, you will have city names, right? This is an example which I am using as a common. Okay.
Okay.
So in case they will say like in this table, there would be a change in city. Clearly, they will mention if there is a change in a specific column, we will update that specific column only. Will not take care, will not keep the history of the name. Okay. If there is any change in the name, we will direct update. We will do the direct update.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is for the type 2. Sorry, type 3. So
Yes.
for type 2 also, like for type 2, we can change any column. No problem.
Yes, we can change any column. Only the new record will be added for that.
Okay.
Okay. But here in that case, we clearly mention the column. Okay. Like the current city and the previous city, right? So it means if there would be any change in the city, then we will keep that only.
Okay.
Okay.
So like earlier they will say like suppose like where we will come to know that this will be type 2 or type 3. It will be in the mapping document.
Yes, this will be in the mapping document. Like we do have 100 tables, and out of 100, how many fact tables, how many dimension tables, and if there is 100 dimension tables, so they will mention clearly like these 10 are type 1, these are type 2. I mean, they will clearly mention those.
Okay, and with respect to which column in type 3, like that also they will mention.
Yeah, everything they will mention, and based on the property of the properties of the dimensions, we validate usually. Okay.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
Are we all clear?
Yes.
All clear? Okay, perfect. So let's stop this now. Okay. And try to have these things with example. So it will help you to learn these things. Okay. Try to join tomorrow. Okay. At the time. at the weekend. So it will have at the weekend we will have on Saturday only. Sunday we will have a off. Okay. Do you guys have the Raksha Bandhan as well at your locations? Do you all or some?
Yes.
Do you? Okay, nice. Okay, perfect. Then you can celebrate also. Okay. So we will have off on Sunday. We will have a class only on Saturday. So you all can join that. That would be helpful. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, then thank you. Thank you so much. I'll share the recording of this. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.